For all types of buildings where we live and work, people choose Dimplex Renewables. As a market leader and part of the global Glen Dimplex group, Dimplex has a heritage of over 30 years in the renewables sector and plays a leading role in delivering sustainable, low-energy, low-carbon buildings. The results speak for themselves. Preparing for a zero-carbon future meant that when Norfolk and Waveney Health Foundation invested £8.2 million in a new unit at Helsdon Hospital, Dimplex ground source heat pumps were the natural choice. Two 50-kilowatt heat pumps draw heat from one of the largest ground collectors of its type in the UK. In the heart of Ramsgate, the refurbished library uses a Dimplex ground source heat pump system to provide low-energy warmth in winter and passive cooling during the warmer months. In schools, sustainable heating is important for buildings and for education. Sir John Law's School in Hertfordshire was one of the first in the UK to use the latest Dimplex high-efficiency air source heat pump.
What you can see behind me is our new maths building that was recently completed. It was actually finished for us to move into in January 2010. As part of our building programme, we were able to be one of the first schools, I think nationally, to have this kind of pump installed. And that's really important to us because ecological and sustainability issues are something that our students feel very motivated about.
The Dimplex heat pump is not only quiet, but provides plenty of power all year round, because it works at low ambient temperatures.
Obviously, we're looking to reduce our carbon footprint at the school, we're looking to be eco-friendly, and this kind of heat pump obviously will satisfy those needs. And this is the brains of the unit itself. Everything you need is on this readout here. I can press menus and I can bring up the various heat controls available to me. It is self-contained, it's low maintenance, we only have to monitor it, and that's our job. Well, here we are in one of the newly built classrooms, which is an environmentally controlled room. Over there are your louvres where you have your convector heating. We have up here a series of windows which are remotely controlled, which again is controlled by a CO2 monitor, which is up there on the wall. When the CO2 levels in the room get to a level which is unacceptable, the windows will automatically open, the pumps will start working through the convectors, and we'll recirculate the air in the room. That way it reduces the CO2 levels and hopefully it keeps the students awake.
A new extension at Norfolk Scarning School was one of the first to secure government funding for a ground source heat pump system. Around 3.5 kilometres of slinky ground collectors were laid under the playing fields. But you don't always need lots of space for ground source heat pumps. Grange Primary School in central London had 15 boreholes drilled in a small area that's now part of the playground. And in Luton, renewable heating is a priority for this £56 million development of a new building for 2,300 students. It takes a lot of heating. In fact, it needs 1.5 megawatts to provide the heating and cooling capacity, which all comes from 28 Dimplex ground source heat pumps. Dimplex renewables are also important in the public and charity sectors. And for the RNLI, saving energy as well as lives is a priority. In its lifeboat station on the Wirral, a Dimplex ground source heat pump links to collectors under the sea, drawing on the freely available natural energy. All sorts of buildings across the UK use Dimplex to boost their green credentials and lower their energy bills. Getting future fit is Miskin Manor, with the installation of heat pumps in its hotel and leisure club, set in the lush vale of Glamorgan near Cardiff.
Miskin Manor have invested over 1.2 million in green technology and spent time looking at what we wanted to do. One of the things that we did was installing our Dimplex units. Controlling the temperature at Miskin has been one of the factors, and in order to do that within the pool, we've also installed heat exchange units. So combined with the Dimplex units, it allows us to control the air temperature and the pool temperature. As a business, reducing your energy costs are obviously a large part of it. So for us, it added value to our business, and the aim is now to look at developing it further and using the Dimplex units further on our site.
Dimplex Renewables are helping social housing providers and private developers meet the demanding legislation to cut CO2 emissions and lower fuel bills.
We're trialling solar panels as part of a whole strategy around financial inclusion and helping our tenants maximise their income. And solar panels also environmentally help reduce our dependency on fossil fuels. We chose solar panels specifically here because they can help reduce heating bills, they can reduce the carbon footprint, but most importantly here, given the age of these houses, they were very easy to fit.
In fact, the Dimplex solution saved Aragon over £1,000 per property, compared with an alternative solar scheme proposal. At these London apartments, Dimplex solar panels are on the flat roof, and they harvest thermal energy for the hot water systems. Flagship Housing Association used 4 Dimplex ground source heat pumps in a Norfolk scheme, with the units tucked away in the back gardens. This development in Gateshead uses 9 air source units to heat the 85 luxury private apartments. As heat pump systems are increasingly chosen for all types of multi-occupancy dwellings, they are an affordable way of getting higher levels in the Code for Sustainable Homes and meeting planning regulations. Other leading developers to use communal systems include McCarthy & Stone. At this development in Clevedon of 41 apartments, there are 3 28-kilowatt Dimplex air source heat pumps for the entire block. The system achieves high levels of energy performance, effectively providing residents with free heating in their apartments. Thanks to funding initiatives, Dimplex solar PV panels are growing in popularity across both domestic and commercial markets. They generate free, zero-carbon electricity from the sun, and they're easy to fit to new or existing properties. Some landlords are able to charge a premium rent for low-carbon living. Sustainable buildings are often high priority for self-builders. Neil Guy's new family home is nearly finished, and Dimplex heat pumps are just part of the picture.
Well, I think we want to embrace modern technology. We want to lighten our footprint, I suppose, and reduce costs in the process. The solar panels give us hot water around the house, so all the showers and baths are run from that. And during the summer, they heat the pool, so it's giving us something free of charge. We've got grey water, which is there's a tank under the ground there, which provides all the water to toilets and outside irrigation. And we've got the ground source heat pumps, which does the underfloor heating. Probably save about 50% on a traditional heating bill, if you like.
Like many homeowners, he plans to keep up with the latest technologies, and PV panels are next on the list. Dimplex Renewables technology helps us preserve our heritage for tomorrow. In Yorkshire, Castle Howard is one of our finest historic houses, but it had a fuel bill of over £40,000 per year, which its owner, Simon Howard, was keen to reduce. The solution was innovative. The 3-acre lake was totally drained to install coiled pipes. These collect the energy, which is then fed through to the main house via a series of underground pipes to the 2 high-powered 100-kilowatt ground source heat pumps in the basement plant room. It's early days, but the results are impressive. There's an average fuel bill saving of over 60%, giving a projected payback on the system of just 6 years. Dimplex has a range of renewables technologies with a continuous program of product development and innovation, backed by the resource you only get from a market leader. For technical and practical support, including funding initiatives, solutions are delivered through a national network of fully trained installers. Trust Dimplex Renewables, delivering technology that helps us all look after tomorrow, today.